Okay. Alright, hold on. That's like the bloopers. It's like bloopers. Okay. Hi guys. So it's a little different. I'm here by myself because I want to talk to something a little different, right? So as you can see, the fam is not here. They're out doing whatever they're doing. Mama's cleaning and Lee's in the kitchen making TikToks. But today we're gonna talk something a little different. I wanted to kind of like bring you in more into like, you know, a little bit inside take on my life and the things that help me out every day. So we're gonna be talking about spirituality. Hopefully it's be a little series or whatever, but it's the first video. So today for spirituality, we're gonna be talking about soul ties or soul connections. So you might have heard of it a little bit, right? But I'm gonna break it down in depth and tell you what a soul tie is, how to know if you're in one, and how to get out of one unscathed because they can get a little messy at times. So a soul tie is an intense spiritual connection between two or more people, but normally it's with two people, and it can come with physical contact, like kissing or like maybe intercourse or something like that. And it's when you're both sharing a moment, and in that moment, you know, your spirits become connected, and you take a piece of them and you give a piece of you to them, right? So it's kind of like an energy swap, if you know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna be looking down a little bit because I have my notebook here with a little bit of notes here. So soul ties, it can be very messy, and you'll know when you're in one, right? Or you'll be told if you're in one. So soul ties can lead to an over dependency on that person you share the experience with. So you can find yourself needing them when you don't necessarily need them, but you'll find yourself needing them in situations where you never needed them before. And also obsession. You ever seen people when they're like crazy about another person, you know, after like a physical connection with the other person, they get obsessive, they get dominant, they get, you know, they want to control you all the time, know where you are. That's obsessive. That's kind of like the toxic what's it called, like the toxic part of soul ties. Next, you're gonna have a hard time making decisions without them. You're gonna see yourself always looking for, you know, an excuse to involve them in your daily situations. You're gonna, you know, want to ask them for permission when you don't really need to. You're gonna find yourself not feeling comfortable making decisions without them. Next, you're always gonna feel them with you. So you're gonna feel them. You're gonna feel their presence. That's why it's gonna lead to you wanting to involve them in the things that you're doing. Next, you're gonna take on their bad habits. You ever see relationships where the person starts to become like their partner, and sometimes they take on also the negative personality traits of their partner? Like, we've all seen it before. And sometimes we see relationships where they have soul ties, and we see them on a daily basis where it's a very, very unhealthy situation where they can't leave the situation, but they try, but it's not successful, right? So in soul ties, men are less likely to be more emotionally connected to you. What I mean by that is that they're more likely to become connected to you, but want to protect you, or shield you from things, even things that are not harmful to you, like your family. They'll try to push you away from other people, just to keep you to themselves. Very dominant. The women are the ones who are more emotionally connected when it comes to soul ties. So they'll think about you daily, kind of like have these immense feelings for you, in more of a lovey-dovey kind of way than a man would. And that's just in female nature. You know, women are going to be nurturing, they're going to want to care for you and things like that. So let's not confuse a soul tie with a love connection. Let's not confuse a soul tie with a soulmate. A soul tie is a connection that it's very hard to break. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you two were meant for each other. It's the things that you've done with each other that cause you to be connected. A soulmate, normally, it's more of a connection that happens without physical touch or physical engagement with each other. So it can be as simple as a conversation with your soulmate that you would, that you would know that they're your soulmate. A soul tie is not that at all. Soul ties does not mean that you are in love with that person. It is a spiritual connection, and that is it. Please do not think that you are in love, or the person that you're in a soul tie with is in love with you. It's more of a spiritual, it's like you're tethered to them, and it doesn't mean that that's love, because soul ties can go really bad really quickly, and soul ties make you lose your sense of individuality, because sometimes you need them more than you actually do, or you think that you need them more than you actually do, but that's not true. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's just pick up from the last scene. Okay, let's get straight to it. So, where I left off at was how to get out of a soul tie. But before, previously, I was talking about how soul ties and being in love are two different things. All right. So to get out of a soul tie, just like with any issue, you would have to recognize that it's an issue, or realize that you need help, or realize that you need to separate yourself from that person. And realizing that can take however long. It can take a day, it can take upwards of a week to even a month to try to realize that there is an issue. So and realizing that will also be a really emotional process for some people, because they have to understand that the person that they've been with and spent so much time with is not necessarily the best person to keep around them. So the next step is to acknowledge the fact that you have to let go, right? You have to understand that this process, you're most likely not going to leave with the person that you came in with. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing, as long as you leave with as much as yourself as you came in with, or even more. You know, the main point of this is self-preservation of your mind, body, and soul. So you want to come out whole, and if that requires you to leave other people behind, then that's just what you have to do. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, to remain true to yourself and to remain whole. So the third step is to forgive yourself and to forgive that person. It can be very, very hard. Realizing that, you might have your past actions put you in this position. So instead of blaming yourself and putting yourself down, forgive yourself and realize that it was a life lesson. It was a life lesson that had to be learned, and you learned it. So now forgive yourself so that you can begin your healing process. The last step is to break the soul tie connection. Anything that person has given you, get rid of it. Everything from this pen right here, get rid of it. You do not need it in your life. You want to start new, fresh, and clean. Especially if it's expensive or really sentimental items like jewelry, or you know what I'm saying, what else, like or furniture or clothing items. All of that is replaceable, right? And it's not worth your peace. So there's a helicopter outside. Hold on. Yeah, all of those items are replaceable. So now after that, you want to begin your healing. You want to start meditating, journaling, writing down your dreams, burning incense, cleansing your house of any negative energy with Palo Santos or incense regularly. I'd say at least twice a month or twice a week. Depends on the kind of person you are. Don't let people into your space, into your atmosphere. You know, hold your peace at such a high value. Hold your peace as high as you would hold the value of $100 or everything that's in your bank account. You know, your peace is worth more than money. Your peace is worth more than material items. So cherish it and take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Or put stuff before their peace and then wonder why they're not happy when they go home at night. You know, they're happy around other people. They're the life of the party. And then when they go home, there's nothing to go home to. You know, they're afraid to be alone. So you want to master the art of being alone and realize that being alone is not being lonely. You have to find company and peace within yourself. And constantly being around somebody, the person that you have your soul connection with, you know, to being completely by yourself, it can be a huge transition. What you want to make sure to do is not to want to fill that void with somebody else's presence. Fill that void with yourself. Fill that void with more love, more self-love, you know, more contentment. Fill that void with more knowledge of yourself and get to know yourself better. So that would be the advice that I would give you guys. But yeah, so that is soul ties. How to recognize that you're in one, what soul ties is not, and also how to break a soul tie. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was very calm. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to match the energy of what we were talking about. So, you know, I'm a little bit more calm right now. I got my candle burning and whatnot. But yeah, I hope you guys, you know, got a little bit of something out of this video, a little bit of knowledge. If you see anybody that's going through this, you know, I would say let them know, or just plant a little seed, you know, plant a little seed, and if they need help, then help them. If you need help, then you have to want to help yourself, you know, as much as other people want to help you. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm about to clean up, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Peace.